Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mac, and today we're going to talk about the upcoming test in Portimão and how I believe Yamaha, Honda and KTM slash GasGas are going to get on during that test. Now, this test is not going to be televised, so again it's going to be a little bit like how the Sepang tests were. I will be covering every day of the test, so definitely come tune in and have a chat with everyone at a more convenient time than in the middle of the night. However, let's kick it off with Yamaha. I think it's quite an important test for Yamaha. We know that Yamaha have already decided the engine that they're going to use, so it's really going to be about the aerodynamics and chassis setups that they're going to focus on. I believe we're going to see a mixture of aerodynamics, and they have to decide which one they want to homologate before the start of the race in 2 weeks' time. I also believe that they're going to run the carbon swing arm. Now, Yamaha have had a problem in recent years trying to run this carbon swing arm. They always seem to go back to the aluminium or the aluminum, depends what side of the pond you're on, because they can't seem to get the flex in the carbon swing arm. So it's good to see that they're trying to use a carbon swing arm. Most teams now do use it, except Honda have gone back to an aluminium one. But it is definitely interesting to see. What do I expect from them? I don't expect a lot, if I'm very honest. I expect them to be quick. They normally go good around Portimão. Fabio does go good around Portimão, so I would expect him to be there or thereabouts. But again, it will all depend on what aero setup that they're running. Honda, I think this is one of the big questions. You could see in Sepang they were really searching for a direction because they didn't know what way they were going, and you know, it was really telling about their setup when they started running bikes with no wings at all, and they're just trying to get an understanding of where the bike is mechanically so that they can try and go on a direction when they put the wings back on. I don't really expect much of an aero change. I really do think that they need to work on getting the bike off the corner. It seems to be their problem. That's why they've kind of gone to the aluminium swing arm, I do believe, is to try and solve that problem that they're having. Marquez has high expectations that he'll again have a different bike from a month ago in Sepang, but I think it's really going to be, I just think about getting laps in, understanding the bike more so than topping the timesheets or working on race setup. For KTM slash GasGas, this is a really big test, and they're kind of at the moment in a little bit of no man's land. You know, Jack Miller and Binder didn't finish too well in the timesheets. I know someone said that Jack said they made progress. 16th place is not progress. So I think we all had a little bit more high expectations, and especially even KTM did. But, you know, everything is engineerable. Everything that they're doing, I suppose, is about getting a setup or a baseline setup, which I think they're going to be working on. Now, Jack Miller and them didn't really run fast laps in Sepang, so they say, but I do believe a lot of their program, like everyone else's, was interrupted with rain. The one thing that I do expect from KTM though is to run the Red Bull aerodynamic update, and I think it'll be really interesting to see, do they bring it out? You know, with Red Bull behind you, I think you could definitely start to look to close the aero gap between Aprilia and Ducati, but I still think they're a bit off yet. You know, will they start cracking the top 10? I'm not too sure. Maybe on a Banzai lap, but on pace wise I don't think they're there. But it will definitely, in my view, be an important test actually for all three teams, with the exception of Honda. I think Saturday will be more about running different setups and maybe popping in an old fast lap But I think what Sunday is going to be, if I'm very honest, I think it's going to be more so a pretty boring day till the last hour. I think what they will be doing is doing race simulations, getting base setups for race simulations. And then I think that they will look to do a kind of a mini qualifying session just to get raw pace and get some data into the, gather some data so that they can at least simulate and get an understanding of how the bike is going to react off the base settings in a qualifying mode. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. What you think these manufacturers are going to bring to the Portimão test. Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.